goals give more returns. Get more security and more interest on your fixed deposits from Sri Lanka's largest finance company, LOLC Finance.
Vishwa Herath down the middle.
Well rebounded. The conversion rate is so good. Vishwa Herath with another lovely offensive rebound. He's at
Hi, I am Vishwa Herath and I will be answering Living's questions today for Living Gets Real.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Living Gets Real. Today we have with us the young Vishwa Herath, a national basketball player who has represented Sri Lanka in many arenas. And he's also probably the tallest person we've ever had on the show to date. Thank you, Vishwa, and thank you for being with us. Can you tell us a little bit about your childhood and how you got into basketball?
Hi, thank you for having me. So, I got into basketball when I was about 4 years old, and I started off playing at Gateway. And back then, when I was listening, I was quite tall as well, and I think that was more of like a determining factor that made my parents and like my coaches at the time want me to play basketball. And ever since then, it's just been a journey that I've loved and I've grown a lot from, I'd say. So yeah.
Walk us through your training regimen. Like, what does an ideal day in basketball look like for you?
Okay, so I'd keep it quite brief because otherwise I'd be here for hours. So I'd wake up at about 5:30 on like school days, and I'd probably go for a swim till about 6:15ish. Or if it's too cold in the morning, then I'd probably have like a small stretch or something, or I put on my recovery because I have a recovery system which I like using in the morning, so it like relieves my blood flow and like gets me ready for the training sessions in the evening. So I'd go to school and come back by around 2:30, 2:45ish, and then if I don't have any classes, I'd probably have practice at about 3:34. So after that, I'd probably come home, take a shower and get some work done, and I'd be in bed by about, let's say, 10:30 on the latest. So yeah, that's about it. That's a pretty basic day. Yeah.
What about your food? Like, are you particular about that as well?
Yeah, I'm quite particular. So for the past, I think 4 months, I again started like going on a zero sugar diet, and that's like been really helpful because I was able to lose like quite a few kilos, and at like the level that I want to be playing at, like that small difference in weight can make a major of this thing.
How do you balance your academic responsibilities with your commitment to basketball training and competitions? You just mentioned you have a very strict routine as well. So in that sense, how do you balance
So
it?
I try to get at least a good 2.5-3 hours of study per day, but on the weekends it can be a bit more because I have more time. But so yeah, after I come home and after practices, if I have about an hour or two, I'll probably do some work, or before I go for my training. So if it starts at 4, let's say from 2:30 to about 3:30, I try to get in about an hour, but like that's not guaranteed. But like during the weekends, for sure, I'd sit down for at least 4 hours and I get something done. So yeah.
Okay, not bad. Being 6'11" comes with its own set of challenges and advantages. How has your height influenced your playing style and life off the court?
So to answer the playing style question, I'd say here mainly in Sri Lanka, I haven't been able to play outside that much because you don't find my height that often. I mean, there are quite tall players, but like there aren't as many. So I'd say it's been mainly inside the perimeter. So like inside the 3-point line and this thing. So I'd probably be the closest to the basket, and that's made it quite easy for me to play because I'm really close to the ring. So I mean that's an advantage. But when I want to transition my game to a higher level in like the States, for example, that won't be of much benefit because the players there are as tall and as strong. So I think I'd have to work a bit on getting used to playing outside and taking those threes. Yeah. So like especially here in Sri Lanka, I find that like the doors and stuff which are like pretty basic, like they are a bit short, and like the clothes as well, which has been a huge problem. It's like really tough for me to find clothes here, and like even like vehicles, like you have to get like like you can't get in like these like smaller vehicles and stuff. But I mean, I manage. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just imagine yourself like trying to get into an alto or something. What is the basketball scene like in Sri Lanka? Like, how would you define it, and how competitive is it compared to other countries where you see, and where do you see Sri Lankan basketball in a global context?
I think the Sri Lankan basketball is in a good place right now. It's been improving over the past years. We're still a bit down on the funding aspect of it, but I think as a whole we're doing quite well. But if on a global aspect, I think we aren't quite there yet. But if you take on like the South Asian platform, I think we can compete, because I played against India and the games have been pretty close. I mean, it hasn't been like blowouts; it's been like 3-4 point losses. So I think that's pretty good compared to like our size and the size of India, for example, which has about 1.2 billion people. Yeah, so they have a wider like array of players to choose from. But I think we are doing quite good. I think in a few more years, after a bit more development of the players and of the facilities and stuff, I think Sri Lankan basketball can become a powerhouse, especially in the Asia region, if not the world. Yeah.
What achievement do you think best defines your career so far, and what have all your past achievements meant to you? Okay. And also, if you could also maybe list a couple of achievements that you have.
Okay, so right now I think I haven't gotten to where I really want to get, but like I have done like enough that I can like talk about it a bit. So I've represented Sri Lanka in the South Asian qualifiers. I think I led my team in like aspect of the scoring and like the defensive areas. And then when we went to Qatar for the Asian Cup, I'd say my performance as an individual was good, but like as a team we could have done a bit better. And I take partial blame for that, because one person isn't enough to win a game. It's a team sport, so the game is not one person; it's the entire team. So I think as a team we could have gelled better and gotten the job done. But I'd say that's one of my defining achievements, as well as like the winning the what do you call under 16 A division and the under 18 A division and all these things. So yeah, those are the small achievements. But on the main scale, it's probably my national achievements as well.
And if you were to look at the future, what are you aiming for? What is your goal that you're looking towards?
So I'd probably right now my aim is to finish my A levels, and it's mainly to go to the US and play some basketball there, college basketball, and then hopefully if everything goes right, hopefully play in the NBA. But that's a far off dream. But I think if anyone can do it here, it's me, because of my height and like my build and everything. But yeah, that's the end goal, and hopefully I can work towards it with a lot of hard work and a lot of determination. I think we can see that in the future, hopefully.
All right, there you have it. That was our interview with Vishwa. We'll be back on the other side with a very short game.
The latest issue of LMD is available at lmdmall.lk. You can also access the digital version on Press Reader, Maxter, our social media platforms and WhatsApp. The Voice of Business, a legacy of 30 years.
Hi and welcome back to Living Gets Real. We are here with Vishwa Herath. This time around we have a game of this or that. So you are going to pick what you prefer of the two.
Okay.
Smartest person in the world or richest person in the world?
I'd probably say smartest person in the world.
Okay. Save 100 strangers or one loved one?
Probably one loved one.
Okay.
That's
See the future or change the past?
Change the past.
Time machine or magic wand?
Time machine.
Sight or sound?
Probably sound.
Logic or emotion?
Logic.
Words or actions?
Actions.
Passion or stability?
Stability.
Predictability or excitement?
Excitement.
Okay. Growth or security?
Growth.
Money or love?
Love.
Success or happiness?
Success.
Apathy or obsession?
Apathy.
Skill or popularity?
Skill.
Poor and happy or rich and miserable?
See, that question, I'd say rich and miserable. Yeah.
Okay. Cherished or respected?
Cherished.
Intense pain for 10 minutes or dull pain for 1 day?
Intense pain for 10 minutes.
You can endure. You probably have already, I suppose. Misunderstood after death or forgotten after death?
Forgotten after death.
Hero or the anti-hero?
The anti-hero.
Anti-hero,
Yeah.
okay. Happy endings or sad endings?
I'd say happy endings. I'm not listening for that.
Okay, all right. And there you have it. That is our interview with Vishwa Herath, a young national basketball player making strides here locally and also in South Asia. Thank you. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. There you have it. These are my answers for the questions and the games. Be sure to check out Living's Instagram and Facebook pages for the latest episodes of Living Gets Real. See you again next time.